Bubble Aura Pally is still hella strong, and this updated version definitely feels even better now. So I'm gonna give you a quick updated guide about this updated deck, talk about mulligans, win rates, and general tips so you have a better idea of what you could be doing with, as well as what to expect against it. If you find the video helpful, a like and subscribe would be great, and don't forget you can check me out live on stream each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. But now, let's check out the deck.
You are not prepared!
Here's the list I used, and the differences in here is we actually have ourselves Convalescence, as well as a couple of Acceleration Auras, and heck, even things like Heartlight Protector, and even Fins Beyond Time, and this is going to be helping your flight maneuvers feel even better, and this is also going to make the Violet Treasure Gill not being a flop most of the time for the second half at least, albeit it is going to be a little bit less consistent, and sometimes you might be looking for one and get the other two drop. We also are going harder on the end turn effects and on the auras, so we have 2 Sand Fury auras, we still obviously have the Gelbin package, a couple of chronological auras, and we also have a good amount of the end turn effects with the Spearheart Sentry, with the Nasdormu, with the Scalebreaker, and heck, even the weapon. The deck can go super fast, but it can also go slower, so it's no wonder right now this thing almost doesn't have any bad matchups. Going through the deck, we have a couple of Righteous Protectors, which usually you could be dropping on turn 1, but in some cases it might even be worth it holding onto them, so you can actually pull off a bigger, better turn a little bit later with them, because they can be especially useful to protect your board for a good flight maneuvers later on, or to protect something like, let's say, a Spearheart Sentry, or heck, even next to Nasdormu, it could go crazy. The Acceleration Aura is going to help you big time, curve into your 4 drops a little bit quicker, and it's a great card to be fishing out with the Violet Treasure Gill. Convalescence is another excellent choice in here, which is going to help you have a bigger, better board for the flight maneuvers, and again, you get to fish it out with the Treasure Gill. Heartlight Protector is an interesting inclusion in here. I'm assuming it's going to help you against things like Face Hunter and such, and it is an extra 2 drop you could be playing, albeit you're not going to be looking for this thing on turn 2, that's for sure. The Inspiring Mole is kind of interesting in here, and with this thing you are going to get to trigger your end turn effects an extra time, and this actually combos off pretty well with your Sand Fury Aura, because your aura effects are still going to trigger 1 extra time thanks to this, and also at the end of the turn they're going to trigger 1 extra time again. The Fins Beyond Time is absolutely broken in here, especially if you have yourself a flight maneuvers in your starting hand, because if you play this thing on turn 2, at the end of the turn the flight maneuvers do combine back in your hands, and you actually get yourself a second combined unshattered copy to be playing as soon as turn 3 or 4 next turn. You could also use it just to get yourself a little bit of extra gas later, but the main use would be for the maneuvers, even though in some cases this deck does find itself lacking some gas, so paying 2 mana to get yourself extra stuff to do could be pretty beneficial. Violet Treasure Gill, like I said, is going to be fishing out your 2 2-drop spells, be it Convalescence or Acceleration Aura. The Sand Fury Aura would be combining pretty well with things like Spearheart Sentry giving you a couple of good spells, but most importantly things like Nasdormu goes crazy like that, and also Scalebreaker Bulwark is going to be dealing even more damage. The flight maneuvers, even though got nerfed, they're still as strong as ever, and you get to make all of your board with Divine Shield with the extra attack, and summon yourself a couple of 5/2 Divine Shield dragons could be huge. In most cases you do want to combine this card back, but in some cases you might actually just play it for the Divine Shield. It might be worth it if the board is wide enough. The Gnomish Aura, it does have tradable on it, so you could be throwing it back, and usually that's what happens with this one. Even though it's not the worst card in the world to be playing, it's definitely not worth the 4 mana, and you'd much rather get it through Gelbin later on himself. The Manifested Time Waste pretty awesome, because this thing deals 3 damage to everything for the opponent, face included, but you are going to have to control an aura for it. With Xavius you get to fish out important things, including potentially 6 mana Gelbin if you get lucky, or an extra Nasdormu copy, that'd be amazing, and so on and so forth. The Spearheart Sentry gives you a lot of extra stuff. In some cases this would be the answer to win things like Face Hunters, because this thing could be giving you a lot of extra healing, and that would be very important for you. The Chrono Aura is decent, gives you 3/5 dragons for 3 turns, so that ain't bad. The Mechatork Aura could be a standalone play on its own, like this thing is basically gonna be a 12/12 stats for 5 mana with the Divine Shield, could be pretty good, but again it does have tradable on it, so if you are gonna be playing Gelbin next turn, maybe just put it back. Nasdormu Bronze Aspect could be an absolute game changer for you if you already have yourself a few minions on the board. If this guy sticks, it's kind of game over, and again with the 3 mana Sand Fury Aura, it could really go crazy fast. Story of the Unbreaking can also be pretty busted, and this guy can single-handedly carry games for you. Scalebreaker also pretty decent with the end turn effect, dealing damage to everything for the opponent again. And last but not least we have Gelbin, which would be a pretty big bomb turn for you, fishing out all of those auras out of your deck and giving you a lot of extra value for 3 turns. Matchup wise, here's what we have right now. Spell Demon Hunter might be a little bit on the negative competitive, but as you see, everything else is pretty green or at least 50-50, so definitely shouldn't be a problem climbing the easy legend with this one. As for the mulligan, when going first and second, Violet Treasure Gill is always going to be MVP, the Righteous Protector is pretty good, Acceleration Aura, if you don't have the Treasure Gill already, or heck, even if you do have it, like I said, it's not guaranteed with this deck. The Flight Maneuver could be especially amazing, especially if you have some cheap cards in between it. Convalescence can also be straight out a keep, the Inspiring Maul could be worth it, curving into the Spearheart Sentry might not be the worst. I wouldn't personally hold on to Nozdormu, but in some cases, with the weapon especially, it might actually be worth it. If you already have the Violet Treasure Gill, holding on to things like Xavius can also be pretty alright, and same can be said for Manifest Time Waste, depending on the matchup. If you already have Flight Maneuvers, you might also consider holding on to Fins Beyond Time, it would be an insane keep actually. The rest, however, probably not so much. Going second, again, the situation is pretty similar, so mulligan accordingly. All around, that's it for the deck. Definitely not the cheapest out of the lot, but some of the legendaries are free, so it's not as expensive as it looks. I hope you found the guide helpful, and if you did, you know what to do. But now let's check out some of my games on my road back to top 1000 legend with it. Hope you enjoy. As long as I curve out okay-ish, I should be fine against it.
Let the hunt begin.
For the Black Rock Clan and glory!
Doesn't look so hot. These guys together might actually do some for me. But so far this is pretty unplayable. Turn 2 tempo 2-free. Crocolisk, still a card in my book.
No quarter for traitor.
Got a Crocoliski. Got a Crocoliski for the biscuit.
Mistakes in the time race, my friends.
Have the Crocolisk him sideways. Yeah, now you can be piece of piss. These two together on turn 6 are gonna be nutty.
Sisters, my will shall lead us to victory!
Actually, it's not gonna be active on turn 6. No, bro subs. This guy doesn't strike me as a traditional face hunter, by the way.
Reinforcements.
That's a card. Yeah, it could be, especially at 0. Works with Aura Guy too. How's it going, man?
The light dim.
Calling for
We
reinforcements.
fight.
That is gonna be massive. There you go. There's the guy. Not bad at all. I'll just do it, man. It's not like he's gonna play anything bigger.
Break their ranks.
2 mana 7/7 with Divine Shields. Anybody got time for that? I've seen that crap. This plus that is kind of sick. Doopus. Let's just go ahead and do this, shall we?
Quarter for traitors!
Yeah, that was nice that the Divine Shield didn't get poked. But in all honesty, it doesn't matter much. That's what I thought.
Mekatork versus Vanessa!
This is just a practice round.
For the Black Rock Clan and glory!
Against the Rogue. Okay, not too bad, not too good.
Hey there, I'm here to help the hopeless.
That's okay, but I'm not in a hurry to play it.
By petal and sword!
Imbue. This into that ain't too bad. Order daddy.
Calling for reinforcements!
Should I coin that out? I'm gonna. Shouldn't be too easy to handle for him.
I will transcend this world. We'll take it down together!
Reporting for duty. Reporting for duty.
Look at the combo. The synergy, the audacity. The banana.
I am timeless,
Uh-oh.
but your time is up.
That's kind of fucked. Bit fucked in it. Keep enhancements, you say? That means it remains at 1 health, innit?
To battle!
Does chat. Okay. Handle it. Fucker. Could be a counter spell, but what you gonna do? It ain't. What the fuck? Why is counter spell still there, guys? Funny. Yo. Well, at least I got that.
Let us speed it up.
Problem is explosive room. There you go. Explode this, you filthy casual.
The light dims. We fight.
We're awfully persistent here.
My brood will inherit this world.
Gotta say, that's a pretty funky looking signature art.
Let us speed it up.
Looks from a different game. A worse game, mind you. I do not like that. I do not like that one bit. I likened.
Time to make my exit.
Good stuff. Yeah, this new bubble Pally kinda onto something.
Mecha-Torque versus Thrall.
My elements are frightful.
For the Black Rock Clan and glory!
Scan looks nutty. This not so nutty. That's a bit better. That's a bit better. Especially if we get the curve. Oh my goodness. I think it's our turn to have fun, man. Why didn't you tell me? I should have known. Should have known better.
That didn't go as...
Well, he's also curving. He's on the curve train too. Ramp. Nice. Nice. Turn 4 and 5. We already know what's up. Let's hope this gives us some nutty too.
You dare stand against the wind?
I'll handle this.
Calling for reinforcements.
That's decent. Pretty decent, matter of fact. Okay, slow turn, that's all we ask for.
That didn't go as...
Slower, daddy.
The light dims, but we...
Could have given my face. Divine should right now for the sake of the +2 health on the 2-1, but I don't know. Maybe. Ah, fuck.
The sands speak, and I listen.
Reporting for duty. Reporting for duty. Calling for reinforcements.
I like that. I guess. Let's hope he doesn't have the 0 mana spell. Ooh. That's just too good, isn't it? Of course he can hex it, but still. Be a lot cooler if he didn't.
I see you are a
Of the top people?
fighter.
Guess not.
Reporting for duty. Reporting for duty. Battle!
What the fuck's happening with the game, man? It's so fucking laggy. You guys seeing this shit? Wow. Nice game, very well. Yeah, dude, Paladin right there. Dudeladin. Dudadin. Dudadin's gonna do the thing. Well, he's dead. Unless he has something up his sleeve. Yeah, he fucking does. One frickin' off.
Reporting for duty. To battle! To battle! Battle!
He did discount Deathwing.
I remember this place well.
Thank fuck. Two mana Lightning Storm would be a bitch. Still dead though. Yes, we can also quick math. He had to see it apparently. He couldn't look that farther into the future. There you go, get him, Gore4. The race sim really helps, huh?
Megatorque versus Malfurion.
I must protect the wild.
For the
That's a hand.
and glory!
Let's try like this. Nice. Okay, we're against the slow boy, so that's good. It's real good. Against the slow boy. Not bad. Let's go ahead and do this first.
Reporting for
Not
duty.
mad at that.
For duty.
Actually, doing that was kind of silly. Getting Convalescence was kind of silly. I needed to get the flight maneuvers faster. Shit. I still think it was the correct play, because we were hoping for Acceleration Aura, but Acceleration Aura was not hoping for us. Yeah, sorry to hear, man. Okay, that's alright.
Defensive action.
Ew. So that's how it's gonna be, is it? Could just do this. He did invest a lot into it.
The battle! The battle!
Yeah, it really does. Get too much in it. That was hilarious.
The light dims, but we fight.
Probably could have just hero powered there, maybe make a trade, but I don't know, didn't feel great. Surely this is better.
I remember this place well.
Dead as fuck, boy. There's no one mana spell that helps him here. Follow me for more tips. Okay, well, that was pleasant. Not for him, but, you know, we're not in it for him.